Hello everyone and welcome to the final round of this GT3 Masters Edition 7 by rrleaks.com. As you can hear in the background, we are at the Nürbürgring and drivers are setting their final practice times. We've seen this graphic many times before. This is the final round, the final 2 hours of this season, and we'll take you through this evening. But before we dive into the action for today, we first want to give you a glimpse of what's coming up at RR Leagues in the new year, which is a brand new sim to the community, iRacing, and we will be hosting a MX5 Cup Championship weekly on Sundays with 6 rounds and only free content on the iRacing platform, so feel free to join in, get a taste for what iRacing can offer in community league racing. So if you're interested, head on over to our website or Discord channel and you can find all the information there. Now, the final round of the season today, but 2 weeks ago we went to the Brands Hatch circuit in Great Britain, and who took the win there? It was Max Bayer, who actually took the Drivers' Championship with that. He was followed by Damien de Grasse and Robert Horvat. It was actually Pantera Blue who took the most teams points in that race, followed by Intense Racing and again Useless Racers. And in the AM Cup, it was not Sven de Wilf taking the win, but Dirk Weigt, and there is a major plot twist for the AM Cup coming up, so stay tuned for that. Now, today, as I said already, it's time for 2 hours around the Nürburgring with changeable weather conditions, so everybody on their toes for this final round, and we'll have to see what the conditions will bring. It's very random at the moment. It's cloudy but dry on the server, so everybody getting the hang of it, but most probably that will not remain the case for the coming 2 hours. Qualifying is coming up in about 3 minutes time, so let's dive into the championship standings before we get some racing action under our belts. The Drivers' Championship, as I alluded to earlier, Max Bayer actually taking this championship, his I think his first championship at RR Leagues, at least his first GT3 Masters title, in front of reigning champion Bram de Pretere, and in third spot currently is Cliff Bulke, but there everything can still change if there is some major drama in this final race of the season. And then if we look at the AM Cup, Sven de Wilf is leading that pack, and we have been focusing on him quite a lot in the past few races, as he was very dominant in that category. But he did already win season 63 with the Super Trofeo Lamborghini, and you can't win 2 AM Cup titles in 1 calendar year. So actually, the fight for the AM Cup is on between Dirk Weigt, Hannes Song, and maybe Sven Hecke, but he's a bit further down. So we'll have to keep an eye on Weigt, Song, and Hecke to see if there is a major setup there. But 9 points between Weigt and Song, that's nothing compared to the more than 70 points between Bayer and de Pretere. 2 hours to find out, and the ultimate challenge for those AM Cup drivers as well. Now, moving on to the Teams Championship, Intense Racing has a very sizable gap, almost 100 points over R2E. So you would think that that championship is all wrapped up, but there are still possibilities if everything fails for Bulke and Dore, which I am not expecting. So this championship as well, probably already done and dusted. However, our final championship, the Nations Cup, saw a position change for the lead after this last round at Brands Hatch. Radek Pavlacek for Poland didn't have the greatest result in Brands Hatch, and the 9 German drivers on the grid overtook him now by 8 points. So we'll have to see if Radek can fight back against the 9 Germans and retake that position. That's also one to watch. Normally, the other countries will not be interfering with that lead battle, but we'll have to see about that. Now, qualifying is about to start, so let's head on over to the track. Free practice is ending. There's a wait time. There are some drivers still on the server, and before we start qualifying, actually we can talk briefly about our sponsor for this series, which is Trek, a Dutch sim racing hardware company, which has kindly offered a voucher in their shop for 250 euros, and that will be handed out to one of the lucky drivers who have competed in 7 or more of the rounds in this championship. And actually, there is a list of drivers who can still win that prize, or are still eligible. We are focusing on commitment to the series and not so much the actual performance. But if I'm looking here, it's about 20 drivers are already guaranteed an entry. We then have Florian Kutz, Ivan Sant, Stefan Firlos, and Simon Verzel, who would have to turn up today to be eligible. And then the other prize on offer is for the teams who compete in 7 or more rounds of this championship, and they can go to a GT World Challenge race of their choosing with 2 tickets. So that will be a very nice prize as well. And we have Intense Racing, R2E, Grizzly Racing, Useless Racers, 77, Paradigm Shift, VSP and Have a Feet eligible for that, and VSP and Finger Racing need Eve and Florian Kutz to attend the race today. We'll have to see if that is the case or not. We will go through the list of the drivers when there is a bit of a quiet spot during the race. Now on to qualifying. Currently looking at Hannah Song, one of the contenders for the AM Cup win, and currently a fast track, 27 degrees track temperature and cloudy for the next 7 minutes. So at the moment, clouds looking a bit ominous, but nothing too serious, no rain yet, which is probably a good thing for the qualifying session and to start off the race. Now let's get some timing up. And who once again is first out of the blocks, it's Bram de Pretre. He's already 30 seconds into his lap. We will be going on board with one of the drivers at a later stage during this qualifying session. But Bram at the moment a tidy lap. And meanwhile, let me check the practice times. Final practice times posted yesterday, where it was Damien de Grasse in the McLaren, actually, with a 1:52.9, heading the field in front of Max Bayer with a 53.2 and Robert Horvat with a 53.8. So gaps not that small, but we'll see what qualifying brings. Oh, a bit wide there. And it's De Pretre followed by Bayer on track. The 2 championship contenders who battled it out for the whole season, but Bayer with major consistency. Worst finishing position was 5th spot at Bathurst, so that will be a season to not forget. I think he has now 2 wins only out of 7 races, so consistency was key as De Pretre goes over the line for a 55.0, quickly eclipsed by Max Bayer 154.6, and times are coming in now, so we'll have to see what that means here at the Nürbürgring, one of the drivers' favorite laps or favorite circuits, should I say. Radek Pavlacek in the beautiful Paradigm Shift car. Can he bounce back from a not so good race at Brands Hatch? Currently he is in P16, he has not set a time, and Damien de Grasse has taken provisional pole with a 54.1, half a second in front of Max Bayer now. Marvin Mackenberg has put himself in 3rd as well. Florian Kutz in 5th, Wilke 6th, Dore in 7th, and Taplin in 8th position. Pavlacek is setting a good lap at the moment. Kutz as well, going quickly. Bilke as well, improving quite a lot. De Pretre is right behind Pavlacek. De Pretre has put in the fastest lap. No, sorry. Sven Hecke actually up into P8 currently. Very nice qualifying result so far for him as Pavlacek crosses the line and jumps into 14th position. Now let's have a look at Damien de Grasse from Canada. Will he be setting a further lap, adjusting the brake bias? And we go on board with our provisional pole sitter. Kutz has gone into 3rd spot. Meanwhile, he is almost 8 tenths down on Damien here on board. So currently again class of the field, Damien, and he is ever so slightly down on his own time, half a tenth only. Really aggressive there in the braking zone. Sven and Marvin Mackenberg as well improving. Oh, that was a good run through the Schumacher S's. Oh, and Damien aborting this lap. Let's have a look. Max Bayer is slightly improving, but let's have a look at Sven Hecke, shall we? He's in the BMW. Sounds a lot slower, but isn't actually that much slower. As Marvin Mackenberg jumps into 3rd spot. And let me quickly check. Sven Hecke, yeah, he's 11 points behind Dirk Weigt. Where is Weigt? Is he on the server actually? Yes, he is. 24th at the moment. So this will actually be, yeah, exciting because Sven de Wilf was running away with that championship. He will win on points, but he will not get the title. So Sven Hecke is improving further. And Bayer, Mackenberg, Rollins, meanwhile, up into P4. Bayer, Mackenberg and Rollins slightly improving, but nothing major. Hecke is a 10th up. Tino de Munk in 14th is 3/10 up on his own time, so some improvements there. And Rob Taplin is actually going very quickly as De Grasse sets another faster lap. And Sven Hecke jumps David Dore up into P11. Good lap for him. Gets out of the way. And Rob Taplin, he's in P8 now. Now let's go a bit further down. Peter Abelovsky, currently in P26. In the Ferrari, his teammate Horvath is in 7th position. So let's see what he can do. He has no time set yet. And currently in the AM Cup it's Hecke, De Wilf and Song. Filos and Keurvelds are trailing a bit further back. Oh, this is going to be a good lap for Abelovsky, throwing it through the NGK chicane. Oof. Let's see him jump up the field. P14. Not too bad, but look at how close those times are around that position. So that will be a tough ask. De Grasse is going even quicker. Even quicker. He's currently another 3/10 up on his own time. Final corner. Lost about a 10th there, but he will open up the gap to almost 6/10 of a second over Max Bayer. Then it's Rollins, Mackenberg and De Predre. The ambient temperature has just gone up, so at the moment it's not looking like rain is imminent. David Dore together with Cliff Bilke, they will be taking the team's championship honors. Intense Racing already with us for a couple of years. And consistency in the Porsche throughout the season was quite good for the team. Dore up into P12. Now let's see. Florian Kutz is improving in the finger racing Ferrari. Oh, not anymore. Let's see, is Jack Camaletto on? Yeah, he is. But let's go with Cy Fillingham. He is improving slightly. Oh, big slide there. And he will be going for another lap. No major improvements at the moment. Yeah, Ruud Dennis, he's going quicker. He's in P25 at the moment. Can he get in front of Kurvelds? Can he get close to Song and Vierloos? Currently, Sven Hecke half a second up in the AM Cup. And here's the final corner for Ruud Dennis. Not the perfect exit, so he will get closer to Frank, but will not pass him. No. Marvin Mackenberg is one to watch. Let's see where he is on the track. Not too far yet. He's improving together with Bram de Pretre and Robert Horvat. Also Tommy Kosonen in 20th. Looking to jump a couple of spots. And the Mackenberg brothers always up for a strategy call. Last time around at Brands Hatch, they did not take fuel nor tires. So just did the whole 90-minute race on one set of tires and one tank of fuel. Now still some improvements coming in. Let's have a look at our current AM Cup leader, I should say. Dirk Weigt, he's currently in last position, but improving. For the W&W Racing team. His teammate Nigel Wood, unfortunately, not racing tonight. And Camaletto has jumped up to P24. Now, what can Weigt do? Can move up some spots if he gets a good lap in. Oh, Hannah Song jumping into P15, just behind, well, 3/10 behind Sven Hecke. And actually, a lot of improvements now coming in. So that means that the track is getting quicker. Max Bayer at the moment, as we will wait for Weigt to finish his lap. And he stays in P27. Not a perfect final sector. Wanted to say Max Bayer. Yeah, he got 2/10 closer to Damien de Grasse. And again, Marvin Mackenberg. Yeah, he was up, but lost a bit of time now. Two minutes left on the clock. Abelovsky, Dore, and Robert Horvat improving. But de Grasse and Bayer quite far off the rest of the field then. From Kevin Rowlands down, it's about 1 second, covering about 20 drivers. So can we see a major improvement here from Marvin Mackenberg. No, we don't. But Max Bayer, he's looking good. Has about 30 seconds left in the lap. He's 2.5 tenths up, so he is getting closer. Closer and closer to Damien de Grasse. A good run through the final chicane will be key. Can he get it right? Yes, he does. Now the final turn. Oh, he's going to get close. But not close enough, I think. Nope. 1.5 tenths off. And also Kevin Rowlands behind is improving. And Dirk Weigt has jumped up to P23, fourth overall in his class. I will look at championship points and permutations later on during the broadcast. Nemanja Manojlovic actually for Pantera Blue improving up to P15 for him. Marvin Mackenberg again going quickly. It's 3 tenths, 4 tenths up on his time. So he wants to get to the line as soon as possible as the timer hits 0. Through the chicane. Oh, a bit of a jump there, but this is going to be a nice improvement for Marvin Mackenberg. Onto the second row of the grid, I'm guessing. There it is, third spot for Marvin Mackenberg, and Horvat is well improving, but I need to have a look at Max Bayer. No, he lost his time. It was quite a bit quicker. So let's see, Horvat. Final corner. 1.5 tenths. That will give him a position over Bram de Pretre. Yes, it does. And then it's looking at Kevin Rowlands. Can he move up a spot? If he can keep it together, he might. He's only 27 thousandths of a second behind Marvin Mackenberg, and he's about that margin ahead of him at the moment. So this is going to be very, very close for between Kevin and Marvin. They will remain on the second row of the grid. Rowlands, bad exit from the final turn, and he will not improve. So these are the final standings of this qualifying session. Damien de Grasse in front of Max Bayer, followed by Marvin Mackenberg, Kevin Rowlands on the second row, then Horvat and de Pretre, then Kutz and Taplin, Bulke and Sven Mackenberg, then Tino de Munk, Tommy Kosunen, David Dore and Paul Heron, 13th and 14th. Sven de Wulf in the end taking pole position in the AM Cup, and Sven Hekke is in second, but they're split by Manojlovic and Abelovsky. Then we have Arella in 19th, Pavlacek in 20th. Then it's Hannah Song, Frank Kurvelds, Cy Fillingham in 23rd position. Then Dirk Weigt, Stefan Vierloos, Jack Camaletto, and Ruud Dennis. So, very nice qualifying session, very close. And as you can see, there's 2 mandatory fuel pit stops to be done in this race, so that will play a role as well in the strategy. And the good thing is that we can actually talk to Dirk Weigt in just a bit, if he's on our Discord channel. Let's see. No, he's not, unfortunately. It's been a while since we talked to him. In that case, we'll see who we will talk to for this final race of the season. We will be right back. So there we go for the formation lap before this 2-hour race. At the moment still cloudy, 29 degrees track temperature, so rain doesn't seem to be very close, not at least in the next 30 minutes. So everybody quite clearly starting on a dry set of tires. No gambling required at the moment. And let's have a quick look. Let's see if we can talk to Florian. He will be starting in 7th position.
Thanks for the confidence boost, teammate.
Let's not disturb that team conversation, but that sounded quite funny. In any case, we will have plenty of action to look at in just a bit, and I think no, Flo is not open to discuss during the race, so we won't do that either. But we'll let the racing speak for itself. Everybody now warming up their brakes, warming up their tires. Can anyone get close to Damien de Grasse? Max Bayer got close in qualifying, closer than I expected actually. So we'll have to see, and we will keep an eye out for the AM Cup battle, of course, next to the Nations Cup, where it's Pavlacek against the Germans. So we'll see if we can figure out if there's any change coming up there, but that will be a bit difficult as we line up 2 by 2 with our nice grid of cars, all with those nice handcrafted liveries. Damien de Grasse will be on the inside line for turn 1 as we look at the start from our helicam. Not the best vantage point, let's see, but it's green from the Nürbürgring. Let's hope everybody can get through turn one cleanly. That's always a challenge here on this track. Damien de Grasse holds first spot. Oh, and a bit of an incident there. Oh, that's always difficult in the first lap. Once there is one car off the track, it becomes very tricky to take avoiding action and not cause any further incidents. So let's see. Oh, it's Pavlacek. Again, he's up for a recovery drive all the way in last position now. Let's have a quick look at the track map. Yeah, 777 and 64 are in the back of the pack. But the rest of the field is still pretty bunched up. It's de Grasse, Bayer, and then Rolands and de Pretre. So who has dropped back? It was Marvin Mackenberg dropped back, got passed by de Pretre. But the R2E guys in 5th and 6th position at the moment. That's currently a good position to be in. And where's Robert Horvath? He's in 23rd position. So let's settle in with some battles, shall we? Here we have the other half of Pantera Blue, Nemanja Manolovic. He's chasing down Abelovsky, Kosonen, Kuts, and he's followed by Dore and Hecke. Hecke has gotten to the front of the AM Cup field. Sven de Wilf, 17th, is in second spot. And at the end of lap 1, that braking zone into the first turn, still tricky, so being so close together. The gap at the front already quite sizable. And Robert Horvath trying to get past. That's Ruud Dennis in the 393. So he got past Dirk Weicht, got past Ruud Dennis. No, Weicht is in front, sorry. Oh, Sven Mackenberg is now behind Cliff Bilke, so Cliff has gotten past Sven in these opening stages of the race as well. I think Sven did get the position from him in the first lap because he wasn't on the back of his teammate and brother. It's all very close there. Bottom half of the top 10. Guts versus Heron. Can Guts go up the inside? Has a look, but stays behind. Probably a wise move in a 2-hour race, but wanted to point out it's great to see 27 cars on the grid for the final round of this championship. That's very good attendance, very good commitment. And that's what we like to see as organizers. Oh, a bit of a, not brake check, but slow on the apex there by Sven Mackenberg. And Florian Kuts versus Paul Heron. Flo around the outside, very nicely done. Ferrari passing the Lamborghini now. Can his teammate Tommy Kosonen follow suit and get further up into the top 10? Rolands and Bayer, or I should say Rolands, able to follow Max Bayer at the moment. And this pack here, let's see, the Pretre. Yeah, he's not too far back. It's Damien de Grasse who has checked out. Final or last lap, he was 7/10 quicker than Max Bayer. So that goes to show you the pace advantage that he has at the moment now. We'll see if the weather throws any spanners in the works for him. And Sven de Wulf, he was starting in front of the 77 crew, Arella and Fillingham, or at least in front of Fillingham. But yeah, he had a status message chasing purple Mercs. That's alluding to his many battles with Cy Fillingham. Now he's not looking at Cy Fillingham's rear, but his teammate Ralph Arella. At the moment, Sven Hecke leading that charge. And have a look. Hecke, Song and Weigt, where are they? Song 25th, Weigt in 20th. So Weigt is still quite close, but everything kicking off here. Side-by-side action with Tino de Munk, Sven de Wulf. Very tricky indeed. And here it's close as well. Dore versus Abelovsky versus Manojlovic. That's just in front of the group we just saw. And now, yeah, it's Hecke actually behind Arella. So that's what changed there. The Wilf dropping back, or well, Arella taking advantage of some mistakes in front. Manojlovic putting the pressure on Tommi Kosunen. Oh, very wide there for Manojlovic. And here Dirk Weigt ever so close to the purple Mercedes of Cy Fillingham. He wants to get past. Let's go on board with our current AM Cup leader, at least for the title. As I said, Sven de Wulf very firmly in the lead of that championship, but he has already won an AM Cup championship this year, so he will not take that crown again. And Weigt driving very well indeed. Short shifting a bit there. So not really trying to go for the move, but what is close as well is the battle for second spot. Half a second between them, and right behind Cliff Bilke versus Marvin Meckenberg, also half a second. But here it's even closer. Horvat behind Hecke and de Wulf. This is the battle for the lead of the AM Cup. BMW versus McLaren. Oof. Over the curb. At the moment Hecke has the advantage, and Horvat taking it easy. Doesn't want to put his nose in there. Oh. Wanted to put it in there, but that was not really on. That was a bit too optimistic. Luckily, no harm done. Ooh, that was a big moment there. And again, Cliff Bilke sitting behind Marvin Mackenberg. You haven't heard the sound of the Porsche that much. You can see Bilke, he wants to get past, he has a bit of pace, he just needs to find a way through. Can he do it in these opening stages of the race? Only 10 minutes gone. And the battle packs are forming. It's, yeah, De Wulf and Hecke are still battling it out. Let's go back to those because Robert Horvat has the perfect viewing angle of that battle. And yeah, Horvat involved in a lap 1 incident, I guess, because he was well inside the top 10 to start the race. And now frustrating to be behind these two guys because he is quicker and they are battling tooth and nail now. Can Horvat get through? I think he will be able to because Sven de Wulf brakes early and slots in behind. And now here comes the important bit for Sven de Wulf. Stay close to Horvat and hope that while he gets past Sven Hecke, eventually he can sneak through. Let's see if that happens. Bilke, Manojlovic. Very big battle there as well. Here goes Horvat. And there almost went De Wulf, but not yet. Oh, Weicht off the track. Oh, Dirk Weicht off the track and doesn't get his car going. It seems. Where is he? That's at the exit of turn 1 and looks like going to the pits. So not sure if he can and exiting from the race. That's a major development actually, because that means that he will not score points, which means that it's Hannah Song versus Sven Hecke. Let me quickly overlay the Drivers' Championship. So De Wulf is not eligible. Weicht has left the race, so will not score any points here. And then it's Hannah Song, 113 points. Sven Hecke 111 points, and then Ruud Dennis is for 21 points down, which is quite a lot. So let's focus on Song and Hecke for now. And let's go back to the action quickly. Because Cliff Bilke has gotten past Marvin Mackenberg. Now, I want to see what happened there. And you want to see it as well. Let's see. So here is Bilke. Goes for the inside line into turn 1 after a small mistake out of the final turn by Marvin and gets the move done. So very nicely done by Cliff Bilke. Now let's see if he can get close to Bram de Pretre. My timing has stopped working, so I'll have to go from the tower here. Still Sven de Wulf versus Sven Hecke. And who do they have in between them? That must be, yeah, that's Rob Taplin. He's a lap down, and quite a couple of drivers are actually already went into the pits. I missed that. So Hannah Song, Pavlacek, Camaletto, Kurvelds, Taplin, all have been through the pits and taken some fuel already. So Taplin getting blue flags, but he wants to get past Sven Hecke actually, not let Sven de Wolf through. To quickly reboot. My broadcasting controls as Heron, or Taplin, sorry, gets past. And again, de Wolf and Sven Hecke battling it out on the track. So we are back. In this battle, Kosunen, as Abelovsky goes too wide and off the track. But I wanted to say Kosunen at the moment cork in the bottle, although he's not too far back from Paul Heron and his teammate Florian Kutz, I must say, so he's not holding these guys up massively. But let's see, 2 points only between Song and Hecke. Song has the advantage at the moment, but with the pit stops already involved, it's difficult to see where they are. We'll see. Hecke, at least at the moment, in the lead of this AM Cup, so that's never a bad sign, as Manojlovic has gotten past Tommy Kosunen. And Rollins is staying within 1 second of Max Bayer. So Dagras, he's checked out 7.5 seconds up the road. But the battle for P2 is very much on. The Pretre is only 2 seconds behind as well. So Robert Horvat in 18th, he's in the pit lane. So he's dropping down the order now. Hopefully that's for a routine pit stop. We'll have to see where he comes out in relationship to Song and Pavlacek and others. Here's the beautiful intense racing Porsche once again. Oh, and Sven de Wolf and Sven Hecke again. De Wolf was momentarily in front of Hecke, but not anymore. So I'm sure these guys are having fun. Let's see, Horvat out of the pits behind Pavlacek, behind Song. So, yeah, dropping back at least. Oh, very aggressive over the curbs there for Sven Hecke. But the 99 car working well so far. Temperature has dropped by a degree, so let's see if we have some rain incoming. We saw a lot of drivers saying that they've only seen rain on the server, so that must be a big challenge now to have a dry race so far. Oh, and Sven de Wulf really wants to get past. Great action. Can he get the undercut? Well, they are side by side. Let's see who breaks latest. It's Sven Hecke with a massive defense there. And Kosonen door Abelovsky. That's a big battle as well. But Hecke, potentially, or very realistically, battling it out for the AM Cup win. And as we watch this battle, that will be a good moment to see which drivers are eligible for the track prize. So we have 24 drivers who are already guaranteed a spot. So they have attended all the races so far and will have an extra entry by attending this last race. And then we have 4 further drivers who are eligible if they compete today. So let's go through the list. We have Max Beyer, Bram de Preter, Cliff Bulke, Rob Taplin, Marvin Mackenberg, Kevin Rowlands, Ralph Arella, David Torre, Radek Pavlacek, Paul Heron, Tino de Munk, Tommy Kosonen, Cy Fillingham, Sven de Wulf, Hannah Song, Ruud Dennis, Sven Mackenberg, Alessandro Penny, Nemanja Manolovic, Jack Camaletto, Dirk Weigt, Sven Hecke and Frank Keurvels. Those are guaranteed an entry into the prize draw. And then we have Florian Kutz, who needs to attend today, and he is on the server, so he will be in that list as well. Ivan Sande, not here today, unfortunately, so he will not be eligible for that prize. Stefan Vierlos is on the server, so will be on that list as well. And Simon Verzeil, not here today, so he will not be added to that list. And then for the teams, I already said it's Intense Racing, R2E, Grizzly, Justus Racers 77, Finger Racing as well, because Florian has shown up today. Paradigm Shift, VSP Racing, unfortunately, are not making it into this raffle for the GT World Challenge Series tickets. And Happy Feet Racing are already in the draw. So very nice to see, and we'll of course update you when that prize draw will happen and who are the winners of those nice prizes. Hecke and de Munk are not giving up, and actually Abelovsky, Kosonen, de Munk, and then Arella, and he has Rob Taplin behind. That's not for position. Actually, here is Taplin, and Arella lets him past. Oh, that's a big shame for Dirk Weigt. Yeah, wheel turned off in the middle of turn 1, so unfortunate to not get it working again and having to escape from this race. 26 drivers remain, and he will not be able to defend his AM Cup ambitions. Team of the Munk having another good race so far. P14 at the moment for him. And as you can see, the gaps are not very big. And Horvat has gotten to the front of the pitters, let's say, in front of Pavlacek and Hannah Song in the background. So these guys are also quite close together. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, they have clean air, so it's not too bad. 112, 64, 39. 66, however, Damien Degas coming up on that battle, so we'll have to see. If that affects anything. Of course, these guys are not closely battling at the moment. Oh, Kevin Rowlands. He was very, very close to Max Bayer. 0.3 was my timing, but this is a bit further still. Rowlands, let's see. Almost identical lap times between the two. But we'll see if these two start battling. Then Bram de Pretre and maybe Cliff Bulke can get very close very, very quickly. That's what we've seen. And there's Sven de Wulf. Oh, Cy Fillingham got past Sven. And again, Sven is now looking at the back of another 77 Racing. Now it's the purple one. Now that is for position. Can Cy hunt down Sven Hecke and pass him? Oh, Sven goes defensive and will lose the position. Not sure what the idea was there. It's just for position, so either there was an incident just before we joined the battle, or yeah, I don't know. Sven just thought that Cy should be left through. We might find out after the race, but Sven de Wulf is not so kind to Cy Fillingham. He wants to get past and put Cy between him and Hecke. For the inside line, into the hairpin. Good move by Sven, but side by side through the Schumacher S will not work probably. No, it doesn't. Can he get a good exit? Sven de Wulf is extracting everything from that McLaren to get a good final race, good final result. And Rowlands showing 0.0 behind Bayer on my timing, but well, that's still about a second, so not that relevant. Oh, the big slide there for Sven de Wulf. Can Hecke capitalize? Oh, it's a bad spot to do that. If the turn would have gone the other way, then Hecke might have had a chance to try something there. Stefan quite a bit quicker than Pavlacek at the moment, running away from him. Currently in P19 now. And track temperature dropping even further. So 1.5 hours still left on the clock in this race, in this season. And this battle has been going on for about 25 minutes already between the two Svens. Stefan Firlo's currently in third spot. He's 20 seconds behind already, so not a threat at the moment. And Kosonen, yeah, he has the Munk behind Taplin. Taplin is going quickly actually. He's in P24, but lapping a lot quicker than the guys around him. Now, can that help him? Is this strategy for useless racers? Taplin as well as Heron. Where's Heron? Oh, we lost Paul Heron, I think. Yeah, we did. So that's unfortunate. That's Camaletto, I think, letting Rollins and Bayer past. They are not giving each other an inch. 1 second is the gap still between them. Meanwhile, Damien de Grasse, I was saying cruising, but he's having to deal with lap traffic. Just gotten past Hannah Song now. Ooh, and a big slide there for... Is that Ruud Dennis? Yes, that is Ruud Dennis, unfortunately. But the Grizzly Racing driver gets it going again. And Sven de Wilf versus Cy Fillingham, that must be the battle of the season, I think. They have seen plenty of each other, which means that they have plenty of confidence as well to race and battle, which is the best part about league racing, community racing. You race with the same drivers week in, week out, year in, year out for some, and so you know what to expect. Sven de Wilf has a very tight line through that corner. He did the same to Sven Hecke. Thought it was to try and make or force the pass, but seems like that's his line. Oh, Fillingham opens the door for de Wilf, but gets it slowed down in time and will be the first into the braking zone for the hairpin. And meanwhile, Sven Hecke is just sitting behind. Slight touch between the two. This is an exhilarating battle. I'm sure the drivers will talk about it after the race. This is also the closest battle on the track. Oh, over the grass for Sven de Wilf, but he slows it down in time. He's not forcing the issue, but Cy Fillingham will be sweaty Sven Heke, I think, wisely hanging back a bit because this battle... Oh, big move from Sven de Wulf, but that's too wide. Although, it does force Cy Fillingham wide here. Oh, that's a clever strategy. Keeps it tight and makes the pass on Cy Fillingham. We saw that from the front row seat of Sven Heke. Now, can Sven de Wulf get away? Because Cy Fillingham did make the pass on him legitimately earlier, so maybe the chaser is just has a bit of an advantage. As the battle between Kuts, Manojlovic and Dore is heating up as well, further to the front. But meanwhile, this battle is making sure that Sven Heke is setting good, consistent lap times. And the gap between him and Hannah Song is already quite big. Now, of course, Hannah Song has already made a pit stop. So we'll have to see how that factors in. I guess we will know in about 15 minutes time when most drivers will be heading to the pits for fuel, or these guys will go as long as they can, have filled up the tank at the start of the race, expecting some rain in the second half of the race. We'll have to see, but let's quick look. Ralph Orella, Tino de Munk, and Rob Taplin slicing through the field, so making the difficult passes, I think, because, well, he has the pace, but the guys here need to cooperate in order to let him past. He's clearly quicker, clearly top 10 pace, and really showing it, so we'll have to see where he ends up come the end of the race. He's in P23 now, but he has already made one pit stop, so whether that was forced or not, I think it was, because else he would have been closer to Horvat and Pavlacek. Sorry. See Dore still behind Nemanja Manojlovic, who goes defensive. Two very nice liveries, I must say. Pantera Blue, very special, but very recognizable, and that's one of the most important things here. And we have a lot of very recognizable cars and brands. Oh, Fillingham and Heke. Fillingham at the moment more focused on his rearview mirror than on the Wilf in front, as Tino de Munk comes into the pits with 40 minutes left on the clock. And finally, Kevin Rowlands letting a gap between him and Max Bayer. Finally, Max Bayer can relax just a little bit. Bayer half a second quicker than Rowlands on that last lap, but the gas again 6/10 quicker than Max Bayer on the last lap. So very difficult to match that pace. 54.1 for Damien de Grasse. And let's have a quick look. Horvat, after his pit stop, he's the first one of the pitters. Yeah, Tino de Mink joins him behind. He's behind Stefan Vierloos. This is for position. And he wants to get past as soon as he can. Goes for the inside line, makes the pass quick and easy for Robert Horvat. We'll see if Horvat does manage to maybe scrape into the top 10. I'm sure he had some kind of incident. And the closest battle on the track at the moment. I like to go the chase cam, no. With the helmet cam to get the full immersion and sound of the Porsche driven by David Dorre. Oh, yeah, so Heron suffered a disconnect, unfortunately, and Rob Taplin did get into an incident in the opening stages of the race with quite a bit of repairs for him. So after that, brand new car, and we'll see where they can end up. Big slide there for Manojlovic. And Damien de Grasse as well into the pits now, so that's code brown for David right there. That was a big moment there. So this means you can see these guys are pushing like hell, pushing each other like hell, and Damien de Grasse is in the pit lane for his first pit stop. Let's see where he comes out, respective to, well, Robert Horvat, of course. He will be quite far up, and Manojlovic comes in as well. So equal strategy for the two Pantera Blue cars, pitting with 1 hour and 15 minutes left on the clock. And de Grasse out of the pits. And where will he come out? Behind Ralph Arella, it seems. Yes, he does. So that's just in front of that battle between De Will, Fillingham and Hecke. So now we'll see if others start pitting as well, especially Cliff Bulke versus Nemanja Manojlovic. See if he can manage to make the pass there Let's see, Cliff Bilke in the final sector of the racetrack at the moment. We'll see if he dives in right now or if he feels confident in the car to keep going. Both Pantera Blue cars now out of the pits. And Cliff Bilke keeps going now. Damien de Grasse, as I said, behind Ralph Arella. And this is for position, so Arella could have defended harder. Didn't do that. He's watching his own race. Anyway, the gap between de Grasse and Bayer was too big to be affected by a bit of defense by Arella. No disrespect there, but that would have not made the difference. But if we disregard Damien de Grasse, we have Bayer 3.5 seconds to Rollins, 3.5 seconds to De Preter, 3.5 seconds to Bilke, 3.5 seconds to Mackenberg, 5 seconds to Sven Mackenberg. So margins in the top 7 essentially very, very small indeed. And the smallest of mistakes, especially what I find the most challenging here on this track, through the Engika chicane at the end of the lap or through the Schumacher S, can cost you big time. But de Grasse, when he has shown up this season, class of the field. So if not for his, I think, DNF in Valencia for the opening round, and then I think he missed 2 further rounds due to an injury, he could have been well into the fight for this Drivers' Championship. But it wasn't meant to be. Now he is behind Tommy Kosonen, and he has Rob Taplin behind him. So 3 different ball games. De Grasse has pitted. He wants to get past Kosonen, but Taplin, he's a lap down or 2 laps down maybe, and he wants to get past Kosonen as well. So Kosonen will have his rear view mirrors full of a McLaren and a Lamborghini. Sven Hecke pits. Important moment to get this pit stop right for Sven Hecke. He's comfortably running in second in the AM Cup, and if he keeps that position, he will win the title. As Rob Taplin opens the door very late for Damien de Grasse. But this car looks absolutely planted as Bayer works lap 26 of this race. Now, at the moment, 1 hour and 10 minutes left on the clock, and no rain inside yet. Kosonen not cooperating. Doesn't have to. He is racing for position, so he wants to try and keep the grass behind. That's his full right and could help him to keep the position against Ralph Arella, but very late on the brakes for de Grasse and makes the pass stick. So now can Rob Taplin follow through? And Hekke has come out of the pits behind Jack Camaletto and also behind Hannah Song. So actually, plot twist, Hannah Song is in front of Sven Hekke after one of the 2 pit stops. We'll have to see if Hannah can keep that pace, if her strategy was not forced and therefore not optimum in the later stages of the race. But at the moment, Song versus Hekke. We'll have to see what the gap is. So Song to Camaletto will be... Ooh, that's 40 seconds almost. Two laps seems a bit much. No, it's about 30 seconds is showing my my timing, and Sven Hekke will try to follow through. And who do they have behind? That's David Dore. He's in 7th at the moment. So yeah, everything flowing into each other. However, this is as clear as day. We have Firlos, Pavlacek and the Munk. And Firlos defending. BMW versus Ferrari and Abelovsky. De Wolf in the pits as well. Bulke was in the pits. He is or was battling. Who was he battling? I've lost it completely. He was battling Kevin Rowlands. Where is Rowlands? No, Rowlands is in 2nd. Okay, I'm confused now. Anyway, Abelovsky in front, comes out of the pits. Rowlands as well. That was actually Bulke versus Manonovic, right? No, that gap is way too big. Okay, I forgot. You tell me in the chat what battle we were watching earlier. In any case, quite a couple of pit stops being made now. Rowlands cuts in the pits as well. Oh, and off the track there for Tino de Munk. As Firlos gets through, and is that Bayer? Yeah, that's Bayer getting through as well. So that's a tough one. Bayer losing a bit of time inevitably there. Let's have a look at his last lap time. But crucially, his competitor Kevin Rowlands meantime was in the pits. So let's see if Rowlands can take away P2 from Max Bayer. Due to that, Max Bayer keeps on going. Arella now in the pits as well. Rollins is well out of the pits. When actually Hannah Song at the moment in the lead of the AM Cup, because Stefan Firlos, yeah, he is in the pits. Indeed, in the pits, and Hannah Song has already gotten past him. If I see that correctly, yes it is. That's end of the first sector. So Hannah Song at the moment. Oof, that was Bram de Pretre, but there was no sign of real contact there, at least not from my perspective. So not sure what happened there, but Radek Pavlacek is our first driver to make all of his pit stops. And so we'll see how this all pans out in about an hour's time. And where is the Pretre? Yeah, P2 still running 11 seconds behind Bayer. And everybody taking it a bit easier now. Gaps opening up after about an hour worth of racing. Pavlacek P22, P23 as the Pretre jumps into the pits as well. An hour still to go, no sign of any weather coming in, but we know at the Nürbürgring that can happen quite quickly. So we'll see if there's anything special for the final half hour of this race. Meanwhile, Kuts, he is behind Manojlovic. That is for position. Here they are. Cy Fillingham also making his pit stop, and I was pondering. Hannah Song made a pit stop at the beginning of the race. We've seen these 2-hour races with 2 mandatory fuel stops going down to a splash and dash at the end, so she might have taken a very quick pit stop in the opening stages of the race to be up there. You can see she was starting quite a bit further back from the Wilf and Hecke. We'll see how it plays out once we get towards the business end of this race. So only Kossonen, Dore, Sven and Marvin Mackenberg, and Max Bayer I wanted to say, but Bayer is in the pits as well. So Bayer in the pits, then we need to have a look at Rollins, because Bayer was quite heavily actually involved with that incident. Bayer gets going. Is that enough time? Yes, it is, to get in front and away. Air temperature dropping now to 21 degrees. So something is coming, I think. We might not see it come the end of the race, but it is incoming. Now, Marvin and Sven Mackenberg have not pitted yet together with Tommi Kosonen. We know that the Mackenberg brothers are always looking for that edge when they can in terms of strategy. As I said, at Brands Hatch, they completed the race without any pit stops. So they are up for a challenge now. They are limited by 2 fuel stops, but nobody is telling them how long those should be. So if they can fuel save a bit, those stops can be a little bit shorter. Closest battle on track at the moment is Sven Hecke versus Jack Camaletto. And Jack coming into the pits as well, so paradigm shift with early pit stops. They get it out of the way and they hope to make it to the end of the race. So the next hour they will be trying to drive on the same tires with the same fuel. And we'll see if that works out. Tommi Kosonen now as well in the pits. And Sven Mackenberg in the pits as well. So the only one... Oh, Marvin and Sven and Tommi Kosonen in the pits. So everybody now has completed at least one of their pit stops. There goes Sven. And where's Marvin? Marvin gets going as well. And Tommi Kosonen with Camaletto in the background. Camaletto will be a lap down, but gets going. And so Damien de Grasse is followed by Max Bayer. 25 seconds up the road or down the road already. Then 3 seconds, 4 seconds back to Kevin Rowlands. And Cliff Bulke is in 4th position. Bram de Preter in 5th. So that incident we saw him having might have just been a bit of a glitch, because don't really see any result of that. Now let's see if these gaps start closing down. But what doesn't need to close down is this battle between Kuts and Manojlovic. They've been racing against each other already quite a lot of years ago in GTR2. When part of this community was still called United Racers League. So quite a couple of drivers from that time still here joining us in GTR2, then Assetto Corsa R Factor 2 race room, then after the merger with RR Leagues, and now on to Assetto Corsa Competizione. But as I said in the beginning of the stream, our next series is something completely new to the whole community. iRacing will be introduced to rrleagues.com and vice versa. We will be running a weekly series with the Mazda MX-5 Cup car, all with free content, so you just need to get the subscription. I think the Black Friday deal has ended. a couple of days ago, but you can still join us with the free content in iRacing for some good racing, and we'll see if iRacing has a future at RR leagues in terms of league racing or not, but at least for the short term, that's what RR leagues will be focusing on. So a lot of new entries into our iRacing from our community who want to try things out in a well, in a known place with drivers that they know, and currently I think sign-ups going pretty well. 15-16 drivers so far signed up, but the series is only starting on the 7th of January, so we will take a bit of a break during the holiday season, and after the new year we will be back with some iRacing content. Once again, should I remind you, it's Sven de Wulf versus Sven Hecke. Oh. What's happening to Sven de Wulf? He's not shifting anymore, so looks like his shifters broke. His, well, lucky. No, that's not a good word, but fourth gear is not not that bad. I mean, you can still get up to speed a little bit, but oh, that's very unfortunate, because that battle with Sven Hecke was epic to watch, very clean. He will be probably driving into the pits, maybe trying to figure out if he can find a solution on the very short term. But very unfortunate for Sven de Wulf. Now that means that Hannah Song and Sven Hecke, they are now separated by 21 seconds on the track. And pretty sure the positions that they are in at the moment, let me check while you watch the battle between Kuts and Manojlovic. They are currently in P16, P18. So at that point, there is still 2 points between positions being handed. So that should mean that whoever finishes this race first of these two will take home the AM Cup crown. For the Pro Championship, or the overall championship I should call it, Max Bayer took that crown 2 weeks ago at Brands Hatch with another consistent drive and a win to cap it all off. And still now he's in second spot, so he will take a very big total amount of points home for Grizzly Racing. His teammate Dennis at the moment in P23 will do the rest. Marvin Mackenberg currently very closely following Bram de Pretre, just over a second between the two. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that, if that gap keeps shrinking. The question will be, can Cliff Bulke somehow get onto the podium again, because he has been quite a while. Hannah Song in the pits, so we will not see an on-track pass for position, but Hannah Song just a bit offset on the strategy, taking to the pit lane right now. Clearing clearing that pit stop. And so mandatory stops done, and she's in front of Pavlacek. No, is she? No, she's not. She's not. Sorry. This will be updating. The timing tower on your screen will be updating soon. Song is behind Pavlacek. About 30 seconds actually. But so Song, 15 minutes between her and the AM Cup title. We'll have to see if there is some strategy involved with that, but the gap to Sven Hecke is quite big. I think it's about 50 seconds, whereas a tire stop is about 30 seconds. So we'll have to see if the battle will be close, for sure. That's once Sven Hecke comes into the pits, we'll know for sure what happens there. But he might be just biding his time, seeing if there's any weather still coming, with 48 minutes left on the clock. And as I said, Marvin Mackenberg, as we stay with the onboards, always gives you the best immersion in my view. Marvin Mackenberg really putting the pressure on Bram de Pretre for P5. And at the moment as well, I should point out, with Pavlacek not having the best of days today, it will probably be Germany taking the win in the Nations Cup, with the Mackenberg brothers, Max Bayer, Kevin Rowlands I think is also running the German flag. Yes, he is. So quite a lot of German drivers in the top 10. Cuts in 11th, Arella in 15th. So he will be. They will all be representing Germany in our Nations Cup and taking that championship if there's no major upsets in the next 3/4 of an hour, which is still a long way to go. We saw Sven de Wulf. He's back to his old shifting ways, so managed to get the issue solved, but yeah, very unfortunate to be kicked out of that battle with Sven Hecke. Here they are, the two white and blue, three white and blue actually, because Sven is right there behind them. Rob Taplin goes into the pits once again to absolve from his fueling duties for the night. Very nice to see so many viewers tonight. Thanks for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the stream and this whole championship actually. So if you haven't done so already, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it far and wide, so we can get some nice grids as we had here in the GT3 Masters edition number 7. If you see how many drivers are still eligible for the prizes and teams, then yeah, that's a testament to the commitment that we see throughout this series, and that's all down to all the staff organizing this league, putting in a lot of effort to make it a special championship with all the broadcast, with all the championship standings, size shakedown, the images from from Radek that are posted for all the rounds. So very nice championship indeed for all the drivers up and down the field, I'm quite sure. And we will be trying to put on that kind of show as well in the future. So if you want to be a part of this, look no further. Head on over to our Discord channel or our website, which you should be able to find in the description of the video, and then we'll welcome you with open arms. As I said, in the new year, we'll first go with iRacing, and then you will get information pretty soon about where our R-Leagues will be heading next in the new year. Horvat now in the pits. But Marvin Mackenberg closely following Bram de Pretre, and Sven has closed down that gap by 1.5 seconds already. So de Pretre and Marvin currently not setting the best lap times compared to Sven Mackenberg. It's still Kuts and Manojlovic are also battling it out still, but Kuts has not managed to find a way through. Horvat has dropped down to P15 and he's back out on the track once the timing sheets update. Can Kuts make a move on Manojlovic? Let's compare laps between Song and Heke, shall we? So fastest lap for Heke, a 56.1. Fastest lap for Song, a 55.5. Just set to just a second. So Hannah Song going quickly, probably with new boots, I'm assuming, as Florian Kuts goes into the pits. He's had enough of Manojlovic's McLaren and wants to get past in pit road. There is Abelovsky versus Taplin. Taplin goes through, so still making his way up the order with a fast car, but an unfortunate first lap of the race. And here's that battle between de Pretre and Mackenberg. Again, half a second gained for Sven Mackenberg behind. So this will start bunching up. And so far, track conditions pretty much the same, only temperature changes. So if we will be seeing some rain, it will be at the very end of the race. Very wide there for de Pretre. Sven Hecke is losing quite a bit of time. Oh yeah, he's had an incident. That's quite clear now. Looking at this view here, he's hit the wall somewhere. So 158.5 versus 155.6 for Hannah Song. So that's 3 seconds in one lap gone. This is an issue for Sven. He wants to repair that damage, I guess, but let's see what his next lap time is. No, it's not going to be great. Well, 57.0. Not the best. As the München take their last pit stop of the season normally as well. Hannah Song doing good, consistent lap times at the moment. And this might give her the edge in this AM Cup Championship fight. And Damien de Grasse comes in again for his final stop of the race and the season, probably. Let's have a look back from Bram de Pretre. He has a 2 R2E. Lamborghinis behind him. At the moment he's able to defend quite well. Really eager to see the pit stop for Sven Hecke. See if he's now ahead or behind Hannah Song, and by how much, of course. That's the most important thing. Damien de Grasse slots back in 7th position after his pit stop. Very impressive to follow that closely through the chicanes. Good defense there. Can Marvin go for the inside? No, not at the moment, but Petre is struggling against Marvin Meckenberg at the moment. And Sven Hecke at the moment the slowest car on the track, still 58.5 on the last lap, so losing about 2 seconds on his normal lap times. And so if he keeps running, he will keep losing time. If he hits into the pits and repairs the damage, might lose a lot of time as well, so that's a difficult call to make with half an hour left on the clock. Again, Marvin Meckenberg trying left, right and center. Let's go on board. This is how close it is, and it doesn't get any closer than this. Again, side by side through here is very, very tough indeed. And meanwhile, Sven Meckenberg, ever so slightly, gets closer and closer and closer. And who do they have behind? Our race leader, Damien de Grasse, is right behind them. So what will happen here? Not here, says Sven Meckenberg, and not now. Sven Hecke has gone into the pits and he is behind Hannah Song about 8 seconds. My timing is showing, so we'll see. Not that much. About 8 seconds for 18th and 19th spots. Yeah, 10 seconds between him and Hannah Song. Let's monitor that gap. But let's for now quickly check on this battle here. Marvin still behind Bram. Wow. And the two R2E guys coming into the pits at the same time. Luckily they have 2 separate pit crews. They're rich like that. Sven Hecke was 9.6 behind, he's now 10.5 behind. So at the moment Hannah Song running away with it. And 18th and 19th position, that would give them, let's see, 18th is 26 and 24 positions, so that's 2 points between, and there is currently 1 point in between the two. Let me quickly check. Hannah Song has a dropped round of 30th position. Sven Hecke has a DNF, has a dropped round, so that will not come into play today. We have under 30 drivers on the grid at the moment. So if Hannah Song can stay in front of Sven Hecke, she will win the AM Cup championship title. And so de Grasse here behind de Pretre. De Pretre moving over Tino de Munk has been close to Ralph Arella for about the whole race, in front or behind, or, well, now at the moment he is behind the blue 77 Mercedes. Oh, and so Peter Abelovsky has split the two Mackenberg brothers. Abelovsky still to pit, but that's not ideal, of course. There, Peter Abelovsky heading into the pits now, as temperature is dropping, and pretty sure we will see some rain on the forecast, but we will not see it during the race. So that's very unfortunate for the fans who need to get home in the rain later on. Anyway. Tino de Munk here. And who is that behind? Is that Ruud Dennis? Yeah, that is Ruud Dennis letting the grass through. Yes, it is. All right, so will the grass play a role here in this battle with Tino de Munk and Ralph Arella? He is quick. He is very, very quick at the moment. Tino lets the grass through. Now it's Ralph Arella's turn. Arella moving over. Very efficient by the German, not losing any time. And the gap between Song and Hecke expanding and expanding. So Hecke has not, let's check, has not repaired the damage. No, he didn't, and he will get passed by Rob Taplin. That is for position, actually. As Tommy Kosunen heads into the pits as well. 25 minutes left on the clock. But Tino de Munk clearly has some pace over Ralph Arella because he's right back with him. Now I know from experience that battles with Ralph can go on for a long time. He is an 8-time RRL champion, also a GT3 Master champion, I think more than once even, but overall one of the longest running members of this community with the most wins and the smallest DNF percentage of all. So a very consistent and fast driver here in this GT3 Masters field with the Mercedes. Oh, as Abelovsky picks up a drive-through penalty here in this field. He's not been in that top 5 region where we mostly see him, but this is a very high quality field, and well, the Mercedes might not have been the best pick for them. Bram de Pretre is also running it. He's a P2 in the championship, but yeah, you need to have a good fit, and that might have not been the case. Cy Fillingham has also not had the greatest seasons of all time, so they will be happy to park the Mercedes at the end of the season and maybe try with another car in a future ACC series. Oof. Dino going off the gas quite early to let Bram through, I think. That was not really necessary yet, I feel. But let's focus on our, at the moment, championship winners. We have Hannah Song at the moment. If she can stay in front of Sven Hecke, she will take the AM Cup Drivers' Championship. We have Max Bayer currently in the lead, but still owes us a pit stop. He has been the most consistent driver at a very high level throughout this season, and he has taken the championship last time around at Brands Hatch. So a big congratulations to him. A very solid performance this season, and well, nothing to be said against him taking that championship. Has prevailed in all different sorts of weather and conditions, different types of races. We had a sprint race format, we had a 2.4 hour endurance race at Spa, so everything has been packed into this GT3 Masters season. Max Bayer has clearly come out on top. And then, bar any big drama, Cliff Bilke, together with his teammate David Dorre in 6th, so 3rd and 6th is not too bad. They still owe us a pit stop as well, but still well into the top 10 for both, I think. Intense Racing, the most consistently high scoring team in the Porsche. And they have also already said that they will be glad to park that one in the garage. It is a handful, but it's very fun to watch, very fun to hear. And so Intense Racing will take, or will add another Teams Championship drivers or Teams Championship trophy to their cabinet, because it's not their first, and I'm pretty sure it will not be their last. Cliff Bilke and David Dorre always consistently running near the top of the field, so they will take the win there if they can just hold position. Their closest rivals are Sven and Marvin Mackenberg. They're doing quite well, but the points difference is almost 100 points, so they needed something tragic to happen to both Intense Racing cars, which has not happened just yet. And then for our Nations Cup, we will be crowning Germany as the winners, with 9 drivers. They will take the win, probably in front of Poland with Radek Pavlacek, who is now in 14th position, so not too bad. We'll have to get final confirmation on that after the season, of course. And then it's a perfect time to talk about our sponsor and our prizes again. As you can see on the screen, this series is sponsored by Trek, a Dutch sim racing hardware company who is kindly offered to sponsor this series. And they are offering the main prize, 250 euros voucher for their hardware store in the Netherlands. And that voucher will go not to Max Bayer, our overall champion. It will go to one of the drivers who have completed 7 or more rounds throughout this season. 7 or 8, that is. All those drivers will be put into a hat and randomly drawn for the win in this for this prize. 250 euros is certainly something to work for, and has probably also improved commitment throughout the series. We've seen some great attendance again. 27 starters here tonight, still 25 drivers now running in the race, so that's always great to see. And so those drivers will be put into a hat and we'll get a random winner. And then the RRL staff team have also compiled a nice little prize, a duo ticket for a GT World Championship race of their choosing, and that will be given to one of the teams, also again with a random draw. And only teams that have competed as a team in 7 or more races this season will be eligible and will be drawn to get that prize. They will then be able to just find a race they want to visit, and RRL will pay the tickets for that. Of course, it would be nicest if the 2 drivers can go together, but we have some international teams which might make that a bit more of a difficult task. We'll see. And if the 2 drivers go together, we're hoping for some pictures, which is always nice. So that's the admin done. Back to the racing. 15 minutes only left on the clock. We have a couple of drivers who still have to take their pit stops. Max Bayer, Kevin Rowlands, Cliff Bulke, Bram de Petre, David Dore, and Cy Fillingham. So there goes Dore, past Kosunen. Yeah, Tino de Munk at the moment not able to get past Raffarella. So the grass is coming up on Cliff Bilke. About 3 seconds between them. Bilke still has to pit, of course. Will he do that soon? He is battling. Yeah, Rollins is only 3 seconds up the road, so Bilke was 6/10 faster than Rollins on the last lap. Now let's see. Bilke wants to get on the podium. Oh, and he's going to lose a bit of time there, I think, behind Stefan Firlos. Through the apex, through the first sector, always difficult. Always a difficult tire place to get past the back marker. Dore goes into the pits. And actually I want to have a look at Hannah Sung's record, because yeah, this was a bit of a plot twist. I was focusing on Sven de Wulf, but I was made aware of the rules, which state that Sven, as he has won the Super Trofeo AM Cup, he cannot win another one. Dirk Weicht unfortunately has DNF'd from this race, so will not score any points. But Hannah Song started the season with her worst result, 30th spot for 7 points, then 22nd position, then 17th overall, then 20th again, 20th again, 24th, 22nd, and 23rd. And now in a very respectable 18th position, so will score good haul of points. And yeah, Sven Hecke is already 2 spots behind, so the gap will be clear. And Hannah Song from the Netherlands will take the AM Cup win. Very nice to see. The same goes for Max Bayer. So as I said, Bram de Pretre actually winning 4 races versus only 2 for Max Bayer. But Max Bayer has been on the podium for every single race except for Bathurst. Whereas Bram de Pretre, also at Bathurst, had a bad outing, but that was a P19 for Bram compared to a P5 for Max only. And then yeah, another P5, another P4, and a P7 for Bram de Pretre, whereas Max was always on the podium and will be once again today if everything stays as it is. So a run of consistency is the key there to getting the win here in the GT3 Masters. So here's the grass coming up on Cliff Bilke. This is for position. Once again, Bilke doesn't need to let him past if he doesn't want to. The gap between him and Rollins, 2.6. Both still to pit. Not sure what I would do actually. Do you let the grass through? Well, not really. Wanted to say, do you let him through and maybe hunt down Rollins? But not sure if there's enough time for that now. So I think Cliff's call might be the best. Try and stay in front and head into the pits right now. So will we see a good pit stop on the limit there to the line? Pit limiter on for Cliff Bilke in a very dirty Porsche. So the pit stop for Cliff Bilke, that leaves Cy Fillingham, De Pretre, Rollins and Bayer to pit. Quick stop for Bilke, so splash and dash as expected. Maybe not the quickest stop, but still We'll have to see. Looks like Cliff went rally crossing with his Porsche. Now, let's have a look. Rollins. Will he come in next? And can Damien Degas somehow upset him? Here is Damien right behind. Robert Horvat, actually. Quickly check. He's battling for P9 with, shall call him his old friend Florian Kutz, both in the Ferrari. And Horvat didn't have a good first part of the race, but slowly but surely clawed his way back into the top 10. Kevin Rowlands comes into the pits. Let's see how quick that race or that pit stop is. He stops. And he gets going again. That will be more than enough time normally to get out in front of Cliff Bilke. Yes, it is. He's already well past turn 1, so no surprises. No surprises there. Six minutes left on the clock, and still no rain within sight. So we just hit a dry patch of weather on the server, which some might find frustrating. We'll see if we can hear about that after the race. But Horvat versus Florian Kutz is our closest on-track battle. Orvella and de Munk are still at it as well. And these two guys have Sven de Wulf in front of them. Sven de Wulf 24th and his teammate 25th. So not the perfect day for Sven de Wulf. But he's had a great run of form throughout the season. So Bayer de Pretre and Fillingham now in the pits. Fillingham in 13th. Where will he rejoin the track to take the points for 77 together with Ralph Orvella? And will these guys catch up on Sven de Wulf? If yes, how will they handle that? Rob Taplin versus Hannah Song as well for P18 for position once again. Let's see. Out of the first sector. Don't hit the class leader off, Rob. Jack Camaletto is also right behind Sven Heke. So final 4 minutes and still 4 or 5 close battles within 1 second. And this here is for position. Hannah Song just needs to hold this this position. Oh, let's see, Cavaletto around the outside. Will he make it? Sven Hecke leaves some room. Cavaletto has the inside line for the Schumacher S. Almost. He now has the inside line. So that's very tough indeed. That will get the blood pumping for the final stages of this race, but Cavaletto gets past at the moment as the Prêtre is in the pits. Bayer keeps going, so he will have to come in at the end of this lap. But that's Jack Cavaletto getting past. Rob Taplin has gotten past. No, as yeah, he did get past. Sorry, he did get past Hannah Song. That's Hannah Song in second spot. But no worries for Hannah. And which battle did we have as well? It's Arella versus Tino de Munk, and in front it's Radek Pavlacek also for position. So things really heating up here for the final minutes of this championship. There's a three-way battle right behind there as well, if I see that correctly. So hard braking for the chicane again. And R2E will be the top scorers for tonight. P5 and P6, as Max Bayer has completed his pit stop as well. Yeah, everybody has absolved their fueling duties. So this is most likely the final result of this race. Will we see any change in position between these three here? Horvat and Kutz are also still battling it out. And Abelovsky is only 2 seconds, well, less now, 1.5 seconds behind these guys as well. As the timer hits 0, where is Damien de Grasse? He will take the checkered flag immediately. And Damien de Grasse takes another win here at the Nürbürgring. Big congratulations as his teammate goes past for Pantera Blue, but a very dominant performance. And Max Bayer ends the season off with another podium spot, another P2. Very nicely done indeed. Kevin Rowlands coming through the final chicane and the final turn right now. He will be finishing on the podium again as well. Cliff Bilke, not too far back, will finish in P4. And then we have Marvin Mackenberg and Sven Mackenberg going for another photo finish, just like Pantera Blue. Very nicely done indeed by the R2E guys. Bram de Petre finishing in P7. Then David Dore for Intense Racing, P8. Florian Kutz. We will follow this battle. Arella has finished in front of de Munk and Abelovsky. But we'll see if Horvat can try anything here. Or does Cuts keep soaking up the pressure? Looks like he does. So Cuts finishing P9 and P10 for Robert Horvat. Then it's Kosonen, Arella, Pavlacek, Tino de Munk, Peter Abelovsky, Rob Taplin. Hannah Song takes the AM Cup win and the Drivers' Championship in that class. She's followed by Cy Fillingham, Jack Camaletto, Sven Hecke, second in AM, Stefan Virloos, third spot for him. Then Ruud Dennis, Sven de Wulf, Frank Kervels, and Paul Heron and Dirk Weigt have not completed this race. So a very, very entertaining race to end the season, even if we didn't have any weather coming in for this race, which was a bit expected to come. But in any case, a solid performance by all of the drivers to finish this mammoth of a season. To be honest, it's been what is it, 16 weeks, 4 months of racing, of practicing, of doing countless laps on the practice server. So that's always a big commitment for sure to get into this kind of season. But I think it's all worth it due to the time investment done by everyone, the drivers, the staff, and the whole team around it. And to finish off the season, we have Max Bayer, our driver champion of this RRL GT3 Masters series, with us. I must firstly apologize that I wasn't really aware that you had taken the championship last time around. I was not really full of it. So many congratulations,
no
Max.
problem at all. It was not so safe, for me at least. I was not quite sure, but
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
A
indeed,
win
with the dropped
already.
rounds,
Congrats.
etc.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So it
another,
was a great race again.
another
Or
podium.
yeah, P2 as most of the time,
Yeah,
but
indeed.
it's enough. I mean, Damien was very, very strong, like always when he starts.
Yeah,
And
indeed.
yeah, no chance. I think he had another strategy and started with less fuel than me. I had a full tank and he pulled away rather quickly.
Yeah, it was quite quick indeed. I think he might have indeed employed that strategy. Was not really very clear from the broadcast, but that
Okay,
was
does
probably the option.
yeah has he changed tires 2 times?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, yeah, cool. Very nice race. Thank you for the great organization as always. And the broadcasts are a joy
Ah,
after the race.
thanks. That's always nice to hear. But it flew by again, 2 hours. And yeah, what were you expecting or hoping for rain? Because the rain was pretty
Yeah, indeed.
pretty much on
I
this
indeed.
practice server.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most of the time it was wet on the practice server,
Yeah,
9 of 10 times I would say, but never would have expected a dry race. But yeah, why not? It's okay for me. I had a setup for damp conditions, for dry conditions, so
yeah.
yeah, it was a bit easier to drive than rain, and yeah, why not?
No, indeed. It is random. I mean, there has been some talk in the staff channel to yeah, try and spice things up, but we had the numbers set pretty much before the season, and if that's what the numbers give you, then you should take it.
Absolutely, and it was quite fun. So the randomness is a nice factor indeed.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I was also thinking, oh, as my ACC has just died on me for the first time in the whole season with a Unreal error. So that's perfect timing.
At the right time.
Yeah, at the perfect right time. The broadcasting tools have crashed many times, but the game didn't. What was I saying? No, that I have no idea.
All good.
No, so yeah, thanks
Was
for
a
joining me
quite
in the booth as well
yeah,
after the
no
races.
problem at all. Was a fun race to watch or a bit boring?
No, there was well at the front the gaps were quite obvious quite quickly, but there were a lot of battles. The Mecklenburg brothers were in quite a lot of battles. Um, there was well actually the battle. Not sure if you're aware for the AM Cup because Sven de Wolf was actually
Yes,
leading
when?
that
Mm-hmm.
quite dominantly, but he also took part in the Super Trofeo Cup in the AM Cup, and he won
Mm-hmm.
that. So he's actually not eligible to take another AM Cup win
Ah, that's
now.
unfortunate. Okay.
And so Dirk Weigt was the next one, but he disconnected, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he
Oh, okay.
or
So
his wheel
he.
disconnected, so he didn't finish the
Ah,
race.
okay. Ah,
Uh,
damn.
and then in the end, it's actually Hannah Song taking the AM Cup win by winning
Wow,
the
great.
race in the class. So yeah,
Cool.
that was
Congrats to Hannah.
yeah indeed was spicy. But no, a good race to watch
Yeah, great.
for sure.
I'm looking forward to watch the stream again.
All right. Well, Max, see
Cool.
you
So,
later. And
see you
well,
later. Have a nice evening and thanks for broadcasting as always. Very nice work. Thank
all
you.
right. Thanks a lot.
Bye bye.
Bye. Cheers. So everyone, that's it for this edition, the seventh edition of the GT3 Masters by RR Leagues and sponsored by Trek. As you can see, 8 rounds have crowned a couple of champions: Max Bayer, Hannah Song, Intense Racing, and Germany are our championship winners. The prize draws will be planned in as soon as possible, and you will be informed of that. Maybe we can get some information because our head admin Cy Fillingham has just joined us. Hi Cy, good evening.
Hi, Miguel.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right, thank you. I'm
Yeah,
all right. Yes, a long race, but yes, another disappointing qualifying. But that seems to be where my standard is of late. But made a little bit of progress, but not as much as we would have hoped. But
no,
there we are.
but you did enjoy the season. I think
Oh, absolutely. Yes,
was
it's been a blast.
was a great one and great. What we always focus on, the great commitment and attendance in the races was really high this season, even higher than before. So that's great because even now, if you have a bit of a worse not race but patch, I think you could call it for you, it's still fun. You still have people to fight with, still people to battle
Yeah,
with. So that's always good.
yeah. It was a bit like tonight, really. I think I qualified down in 23rd or something, but usually my consistency and my will to finish will gain me quite a few places. But I only made it to 19th, which is testament to the size of the field and the strength of it as well. So
Yeah, there were not many. I don't think I caught any massive mistakes on the stream. I saw Ruud was off in the grass at some point, but nothing major. And then
yeah,
yeah, Dirk Weigt from the AM Cup had a problem with his wheel, so he was parked on the outside of turn one at some point and left the race. But for the rest, everything was quite clean. Whereas if I race this track myself, I always get caught up in the final chicane somehow and hit the wall on the inside line. So
yeah, I understand. It's easy to get asked too much in that chicane, but yeah, I was having quite a battle with Sven de Wolf
yeah,
for a lot of the race. I wanted to finish him above Sven in the driver championship, and we had quite a good race really. But I think Sven also developed some problems with his wheel. I think.
yeah, we caught him At some point, he was battling with Sven Hecke. He
That's
was
right.
right
Yeah, the
there
good
with you.
battle with Sven. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
later on, when you were not there anymore, I think due to the pit stop, he was for about a lap stuck in fourth gear. So he had a technical issue with his wheel, but didn't have to pit
yeah.
and got it sorted. So that's always nice to see. But yeah, he was trundling around in fourth gear, probably
Yeah.
frantically trying to get that sorted.
I wondered what had happened. I thought he'd maybe had enough or something, but yeah, I saw his gap continued to just grow and grow. So
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, well, it was I think a great season from my perspective. Great to commentate on. It was yeah, great races, great variety of races and conditions. Max also was just in the booth before you. He was also saying that the mixing conditions was very well done this season. Even if today most of the drivers were probably expecting some wet weather, it didn't come. But
yes, yeah.
that's the challenge of it, of course. But it was, I think, yeah, the best Masters yet. So we'll see what the next one brings, right?
Yes, already looking forward to it. But
All
yes,
right.
let's have a break first, and then
Yeah,
regroup and see what we can muster up for next time.
yeah, indeed. Have a good one, Sai.
Yeah,
Have a good
thanks for
evening.
all your efforts, Miguel. You've really brought the Masters alive, so really appreciate your efforts in the booth.
Very welcome.
Thanks, Miguel. Have a good night.
Yeah. Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So indeed, we first will take a break from racing, and then in the new year, as I said already, we will be dipping our feet into some iRacing 6 rounds on Sunday evening. So around this time, of course, not that late. We have 35-minute races in the Mazda MX Cup car and with free content. So just get on iRacing, sign up, and get racing with many of the drivers you have seen on the grid today, and enjoy some nice community league racing. I'm going to shut up now. Have a nice evening, and make sure to follow us wherever you can to stay up to date on racing or broadcasts in the future. It was great commentating on this series and great to see so many of you live or after the race rewatching the live stream. And so we'll see each other very, very soon. Have a nice evening. Goodbye.